What school rule almost killed your friend? My school didn't let us bring our own lunch. Didn't matter if you were diabetic or had special allergies. You were patted down and your backpack was combed through upon entering, and food found would be thrown out. We only had lunch once per day at 10:30. And even more ridiculous, the vending machines would be shut off at 12. The principal claimed too many people were distracted by it. Never occurred to him the reason might have been because of how hungry we were. My buddy Baxter was diabetic. The nurse kept some juice in her office for him, but she left at 2 p.m. sharp every day. That's when Gary, the maintenance guy, became our hero. He'd seen Baxter getting shaky during 7th period one Friday and asked if he was okay. When Baxter explained about his diabetes and the food rules, Gary just shook his head. My daughter's type 1, he said. This is dangerous. The next Friday, I noticed something weird. The vending machines were still glowing at 2:30. Gary walked by with his mop bucket and said loudly to no one, definitely gonna unplug those machines after lunch, like I'm supposed to. Then he winked at us. Word spread carefully among trusted kids. Every Friday, Gary would forget to unplug them. We developed a system where someone would watch for administrators while others bought food. Baxter could finally get juice when he needed it instead of rationing the nurse's limited supply. We thought we had it figured out. Baxter even stopped carrying his emergency glucose tablets as much because he knew Fridays were safe. The principal never checked on Fridays anyway since he always left early for district meetings. For 2 months, this system worked perfectly. Until the Wednesday, everything went wrong. It started with an announcement at 9:30 a.m. The cafeteria and the vending machines are shut off immediately for emergency health inspection. No food service today. No explanation, nothing. Just hundreds of kids who'd eaten nothing now expected to wait until dismissal. By 2 p.m. in biology, Baxter was sweating. I knew the signs. His hands were shaking as he tried to take notes. You good? I whispered. I'm at 62 and dropping. He showed me his glucose monitor. I need sugar. Now. The nurse was already gone. The vending machines were definitely unplugged since it was Wednesday. His emergency tablets were in his gym locker across the building because he'd gotten complacent with Gary's Friday help. Mrs. Squelch, I raised my hand. Baxter needs to go to the nurse. She didn't even look up. No one leaves during lab time. He can wait 20 minutes. Baxter's monitor beeped. 54. His hands were shaking too hard to hold his pencil. Mrs. Squelch, he's diabetic. He needs... I said no. I watched my best friend's eyes start to glaze over. His monitor beeped again. 48. At 40, he could have a seizure. At 30, he could die. I didn't think. I just ran. Mrs. Squelch yelled after me, but I was already in the hall, sprinting to the vending machines. They were dark, unplugged. I grabbed a desk chair and smashed it into the glass. The crash was tremendous. Glass everywhere. I grabbed some Skittles and a regular Coke, my hands bleeding from the glass, and ran back. The assistant principal was already running toward the noise, but I didn't care. I burst into biology. Baxter was slumped over, barely conscious. His monitor read 41. I ripped open the Skittles and forced it to him. Come on, eat. Please eat. He managed a few bites, then more. His eyes started to focus. The assistant principal stormed in with the school resource officer. That's destruction of property. That's suspension. That's saving his life, I said, watching Baxter's color return. Mrs. Squelch went pale when she saw his glucose monitor. The assistant principal pulled out his walkie-talkie to call the principal, but he wasn't answering. He'd already left for his Wednesday golf game, which everyone knew about, but no one was supposed to mention. My parents were called immediately. The principal came back furious about his interrupted golf game and the destroyed vending machine, but Baxter's mom arrived first, and she was scarier. She was a pediatric endocrinologist. Let me understand this, she said, deadly calm. You ban all outside food. You serve lunch at 10:30 a.m. You lock vending machines at noon. The nurse leaves at 2. And you think this is safe for diabetic students? The principal stuttered about policies and procedures. My son's blood sugar was 41, she continued. At that level, he could have had a seizure. He could have gone into a coma. He could have died. Other parents started arriving. Turns out Baxter wasn't the only kid with medical dietary needs being ignored. The principal kept insisting I'd face consequences for vandalism. Baxter's mom laughed. Sue him, I dare you. See how that plays in the news. Friday morning, I was serving in-school suspension when my phone buzzed. Text from Baxter. Cafeteria closed again. Health department here. My mom's now coming with lawyers and wants you here. Please come. I knew this was about to get crazy. Full story on channel linked below.